Welcome to Derek's World of Motorcycling. This video is a compilation of sights and sounds from this year's Classic Racing Motorcycle Club Festival at Donington Park. The Classic Racing Motorcycle Club, or CRMC, is one of the largest racing motorcycle clubs and is dedicated to the preservation and use of post-war racing and sports machines. The festival is an annual two-day celebration of everything two-wheeled and retro. It features up to 40 races, with competing bikes from the 1960s, 70s, 80s and 90s. There's plenty to see off-track too, with many historic bike displays and classic motorcycle clubs in attendance. I rode there on my Honda CB750 to join the display of bikes on the vintage Japanese motorcycle club stand. Just a quick message to my subscribers. Firstly, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate you. Secondly, it's come to my notice that some of you aren't being notified when I publish new videos. I post fairly regularly, so if you're not receiving regular updates, please check that your subscription is still active and notifications are enabled. Being a VJMC guest meant I could also take part in the lunchtime parade laps of the circuit. Speeds are limited during the session, but nevertheless, I was really looking forward to it. However, that all depended on whether the old Honda and its older rider would pass through scrutineering. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these. A 1969 Honda CB750 with a sand-cast engine case is a rare and valuable thing. But it's not a show bike. The owner uses it regularly. It's done over 151,000 genuine miles.
this is a Triumph Trident 750cc engine. Basically just been built by Richard Peckett and Dave and Steve at P&M. So this is my first real season on this bike. It's raced first of all at Goodwood, and I just won at Chimay on it as well a couple of weekends ago out in Europe. So this is its first real short track race really. Just getting to grips with bits of suspension. This bike is based on my dad's triple cycles back in 1990. He rode at the pre-TT and he also rode for triple cycles Phil Pick. So this colour and my helmet over there, that helmet's based on my dad's colours from when he raced in the World Superbikes in 1988. So he raced here at Donington with some of the big names, Carl Fogarty and Jerry Dunlop and Fred Merkel. So yeah, so going in his footsteps there. So.
Is that what got you into the more historic bikes?
Yes, I've got young pictures of myself, sort of like 6 and 7, polishing the bikes. I think the sound of these triples really got me really, and yeah, just the love of seeing my dad ride them and everything. So yeah, it's always been a love to ride a triple, and eventually I was able to buy my own and go forward. You know, it's really lovely bike to ride.
So have you raced already, or are you qualifying?
I qualified today. We're making a few changes and hopefully get up the pace soon. Yeah, got a race 1 in a couple of races and another one later on. It's a bit of a slow affair trying to get my head around this bike and feel comfortable. Obviously the big one is to get to Goodwood and then pre-TT next year. So yeah, that's the plan.
This one's a 67, 2-stroke.
What engine size?
250 single, 6 volt electric start. Because there's not enough power in the 6 volt electrics to spin the engine, it rocks it to compression and then rocks it back and just rocks it back and forward and then fires it rather than actually spin it over completely. That's the bit that normally lets them down. It was restored in 1999 and has done 30 miles since then, prior to me buying it.
Well, why so few miles?
It's just been sitting in a storage unit. The guy that owned it, it was an old gent. He bought it brand new from Germany, had it shipped to Iceland, and then brought it to the UK. I was fortunate to pick that one up and an awful lot of spares.
And are you enjoying ownership?
Yeah, I mean, so far it hasn't broke yet, so it's only when you break them that's when you get frustrated. But I mean, it's a very good club, to be fair. I mean, the Mako Owners Club is a very, very good club.
My name's Per Brandt. I'm the founder and chairman of the Yamaha FS1 Owners Club. Started in 2009, reason being there wasn't one. Personally had a couple back in the day. One got stolen, had it replaced with another one, and about 20 years ago suddenly thought, what will happen to my old fizzy? And so it began, and just went out and found one and started restoring them. And since then I've had over 100 of them.
Personally?
Personally, yeah. But it's a hobby now turned business, so I know, by restoring.
Some would say obsession.
Yes, pretty much. It's one of those, a bit addictive, to say the least. So, yeah. And the crazy thing was back in the 70s and 80s was that you could go from a normal push-bike bicycle. As soon as you turn 16, you could have a learner provisional licence, go out and spend a couple of £100 on one of these, and the next thing you're hurtling along at about 50-55 miles an hour. So all of a sudden distances were, your whole world opened up in terms of being able to go places and see other things away from home. So it's just a sense of freedom, and then a sense of camaraderie, because a lot of my friends had them back in the day, so we rode around in packs and various places. And sort of reliving our youth, I suppose, at the moment.
And what about the club itself? How many members have you got?
It's a bit of a moving target. It's a fairly niche club, so we don't have thousands of members like some of the bigger clubs here. But any one time, probably about 200 to 300 members. It tends to be that a lot of people will buy a bike, join the club, ride it for a bit, and then remember that they weren't that great after all. Compared to a modern bike, a bit slow, and then they'll do a few hundred miles, and then they'll just sit there in the garage and they think, right, I'll move that on, and then they'll let the memberships lapse. But we have a few of these guys here who have been founder members, 16th year now, and there's a stalwart of people, and most of the people here tend to have more than one as well. We do static displays like at Stafford Show, or we'll come here, which is a bit of both. We also piggyback one of the other clubs, RD Rally last month. All around the country, really, various shows and displays and exhibitions. So it's good fun.
It's an average speed of 60 miles an hour, and you work that out, that's a pretty quick lap of Donington Park. Go at your own pace. You haven't got to go quick, just go at the pace you feel comfortable. Now, there is a rule of no overtaking or undertaking on corners. Now this circuit's pretty wide, but by that we don't want you jamming it up the inside of somebody, standing them up, sending them into the gravel, or exchanging paintwork. If you can reach your arm out and touch the person next to you, you are far too close, whether it's on a corner or in a straight.
1966 and 1967, Honda first produced a 500 Grand Prix bike, the RC 181. At the end of 1967, Honda pulled out of GP racing, and they gave Mike Aylward a load of money not to race in the next season's GPs on a Honda. But at the end of 67, he commissioned Reynolds Tubes in Birmingham to make him a special frame for it.
And it's a replica of that modified bike.
Yeah.
Did you build it yourself?
Yes, yeah.
And how long did it take you?
5 years altogether. That includes research, a year of researching, collecting information, photographs, magazine articles and all the rest of it.
Okay.
There was only ever one made. The original one is now in a museum in California.